The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
There was an Alter Yid living in Bnei Brak, a Holocaust survivor. And he's walking down the street, rapping down the street with his cane, and the young man comes over to him. The man was a Choshving man, a big Talmud Chacham. The young man comes over to him and he tells him, I want you to know that I owe my entire Ruchnius to you. My entire spiritual life I owe to you. I says, who are you? I don't even remember you. He says, let me remind you. Let me tell you my story. The singer man says, I was a bocher in yeshiva, and in the Vrit it's called Yatzati lepensia mukdeme. I went out on early pension. I went out on early retirement, exactly, which means I was a bocher of 16, of 17. And everything I tried, I didn't really succeed to be the best. Yeah, I tried being the biggest masmid in yeshiva, but there was other bochers that were better, stronger and bigger masmidim than me. I tried being the smartest boy in yeshiva. Other bochum was smarter than me. I tried being the biggest davener in yeshiva. Other bochum were better daveners than me. I tried this, I tried that, till I decided to be the biggest troublemaker in yeshiva. I needed to stand up with something, and that's all. So eventually they kicked me out of yeshiva. I didn't succeed. I was very, very tzbrochen. Kitze, I didn't know what to do. I was hanging around. Till finally, I was walking past this Moshavsky Nil, this old age home. And the Alter Yid stands by the door and he says, we're looking for a center for the minyan. 8:30 minyan in the morning, late minyan. Fine, I come in, and I feel like a new person. All of a sudden, I'm not being rushed by the mashkiach. I'm not jealous of anybody. I don't have to live up to expectation to be the best. But, everybody's just a bunch of nice, good old Alter Yidden. Everybody's chilled and relaxed, and after davening, everybody's sitting down and saying Sipur Tzadikim and eating tikkun and drinking l'chaim and serving cake and pouring orange juice. Mamish, I felt like a new person. From that day, I started coming every day. Literally, early retirement. This Alter Yid, he says to this Alter Yid, this old man, you come over to me. You are one of the people that come over to me. And tells me, Bocher, what's your story? So I said, what? She said, what do you mean? You're 16 years old. What? Why are you coming in an old age show for me? What's your story? So I start telling him. The Bocher starts telling him that I feel like I have to stand out in something, and I'm not standing out in anything. And here finally I feel calm and happy and I'm not jealous of anybody. So this Alter Yid starts screaming at him. He says, because of you, the Nazis succeed. I said, I wasn't sure what I have to do with Nazis. I'm not a collaborator. I thought perhaps this guy has a trauma from his years with the Nazis. What exactly did I do with Nazis always? What's the story? What do you want from Nazis? What did I do? So this Alter Yid tells him, he says, listen, I was in the Holocaust. I was going through terrible, terrible tzavas. And the Nazis broke us. And the worst thing they did to us, more than making us work from day to night, the worst thing they did to us was turn us into a number. We came and we got a number. That's it. Like an animal. 5,000, you're 5,001. You're nobody. You have nothing individual, nothing unique about yourself. You're a number. And that's exactly what they meant to do to me. And he says, Baruch Hashem, I survived. And from then, my entire life, I'm trying to do revenge in the Nazis. How am I doing revenge in the Nazis? I teach my kids. I teach my wife. I teach anybody who's willing to listen. I teach them you're not one in a million. You have a name. You're Moishele, you're Yankele, you're Getzler, you're Shmer. You're unique. You're not just a number. You're not just one in a million. And he says, you come into yeshiva, you boy, and you feel like you're one in a million. You feel like if you're not going to stand out, if you're not going to be the best boy, the best mispalim, the best loyme, the best tzaddik, the best those, then you're nothing. You don't realize that you're just unique. You have your own tafki. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. By you feeling like a number, you're causing the Nazis to succeed. This Alter Yid told him. The Bocher heard, and he accepted. He says, this person is right. And he says, I went back to yeshiva. I started learning. I didn't compare myself to anybody. I did according to my conscience, to my capabilities. Started davening in my own unique way. I'm not trying. I have a name. I'm part of a number two, like we said. But I have a name. And the Bocher said he was learning. He became a Talmud Chacham. He became a Choshev Gevan. And he tells this old man, everything I have, I owe you for this lesson that you taught me. So I want to share with you a word I had from my Rebbe. She had a way to get physical from it. He said, number and a name, two opposite things. A number, by definition, means you're one of. I'm one of a million. The United States of America is 300 million citizens. Citizen number 300,071,000. Yeah, so I'm one of a. I'm part of a. I'm the 10th person in the minyan. I'm part of the number. A name, by definition, is unique, individual. The name is Yankov, Shmulik, Avram. You have a unique name. The name shows your uniqueness. So my Rebbe said, a person has to have in him two chalok. On the one hand, a person has to see himself as part of the tzibur, a part of the tzibur, have a responsibility to be part of the tzibur, have to care about other people, have a commitment. I have the privilege of being part of the tzibur. There's a koyach of a tzibur. I mean, to daven with the tzibur, to learn with the tzibur, to care about the tzibur. You're not just a person living in your own daladavness, you care about other people. On the other hand, it's very, very easy. The person becomes so commercialized, schools, the yeshivas, the person becomes so commercialized, he becomes a number, he loses his uniqueness. I'm a unique person. I'm Shlomi, I have my way of understanding, my way of learning, my way of shmut. Every person has something very, very unique and individualized about him. So he said you need both chalok. On the one hand, you need the Amoitzi, the mispot tzavor, need the mispar. The koyach harabim, you're part of the number, you're part of the 50,000 people learning Daf Yomi, you're part of Klal Yisrael, of the Shishim Ribo, you're part of the number. On the other hand, Lekulam B'Shem Yikra. Everyone has their own unique name, their very own unique name, the individual thing.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org